Hey everybody, big welcome back to my little reef tank here, which is one of my little hobbies. And today I'm going to be showing you around some of the new additions and other stuff going on in the tank. We had a little bit of issues actually. So first of one, which is a lesson learned, I was using an old refractometer and I didn't have any calibration fluid. I never have. And so I would just set it at 0 with a little RO water. So then recently I was running low on the salt I was using, which was like Salinity brand, or something like that. I don't know, not Salinity, or something else. Anyway, I wasn't overly happy with the salt. I noticed that my corals weren't always doing so well. So I decided to switch over to something called Fritz Reef Pro Mix. And gonna give that a shot for a bit. And anyway, in doing so, I was kind of reading up on it, and people were saying about it being important to, calibrate your refractometer. And so I was like, oh, I never had any refractometer solution. And then I started reading about how refractometers can kind of be inaccurate and as they age or something like that. So anyway, long story short, well, actually it's long, I've just spent that much time telling it, but anyway, so I go on Amazon and I buy myself a new refractometer, and then I head out to Big Al's, which is a local fish store out here, buy a bottle of refractometer solution to adjust it. And sure enough, I go and I get that and I test my old refractometer just for curiosity. And it was really, really far off with the solution from what it was supposed to be. So then I test my aquarium water, which I had only been doing based on the other one. And it was at like 0.20 or 19, like somewhere right in there. So really low for salt water. For a fish only system, that would be fine. And I know a lot of fish stores keep them low to help fight ick. But for coral, it was less than ideal. So I've been slowly bringing the salt up, and now I'm at the 0.25 range, so that's good. I did another water change this morning, and things are going really well. Sorry, it's probably coming out a little bit blue on the video, but that's just the way the LED lights are. So for recent changes, I put in black sand, which was a nightmare. I'll show you everything around the tank first, and then I'll tell you about that. Added those A-cans I showed, new little clam. I think that's a scolie or whatever right there. It's pretty cool. And I've got one little head of utter chaos just chilling on the sand for now. And I bought this beautiful frog spawn over here, but it ended up getting partially buried in sand, like in a different spot, because the pump had blown the sand over on it anyway. Apparently it didn't like that and it half killed it, so hopefully it'll live. Then in front of it's a little Galaxia coral, which seems to be doing just fine. Throughout I got a bunch of stuff, including Aptasia. You guys will see Aptasia throughout. So I'm going to grab some Aptasia X and see if we can at least try to eradicate it or get as much of it out of there as possible. So I'll tell you about the sand, a little story on that. So I bought the sand on Amazon and it said $57 for two 20-pound bags. And so I was like, all right, that sounds pretty good. That's delivered to the door. Big Al sells it for about 35 bucks a bag or $36 a bag. So I was like, all right, I'll just order it. I save a few bucks and it comes right to my house. Sounds good. So I order it. Next day when it's supposed to arrive, I noticed that it wasn't here yet, so I wanted to check and see. Normally I get the little update saying it was out for delivery. And check on my update, and it says that my product was damaged in shipping and that they would issue a refund. And so I was thinking, oh, well, crap. They didn't even send me the alert. I only found out because I went looking. So anyhow, I was like, all right, well, I reordered it. And it said I'd get a refund within a week or so. So anyways, I reordered the sand. And then, so the following day, one bag of sand shows up. And I noticed that in the comments for the Amazon ad that it said, and this is right from Carib Sea, like they're, you know what I mean, they're a big company. It says 2 times in the ad anyway that you get 2 bags, but only 1 showed up. So I call Amazon. I'm like, hey, what's up, homie? And he's like, not much, just kicking it. How about you? What's up with you? And I was like, oh, you know, I was having a good New Year or whatever and holiday season until you guys like shipped me out only 1 bag when I needed 2. He's like, oh, I'm sorry to hear about your problem. And what do you want to do about it? And I was like, well, I need the sand, so how can we fix this? He's like, well, I can give you like half the money back. And I said, well, I you know, appreciate that, but I still want the sand. And so he's like, okay, well, I'll just send you another bag, no charge, because I made sure he understood that the ad said 2 bags. So anyway, he ships me another bag, no charge, so I get it the next day. And in the meantime, though, I decide I'm going to do an Amazon review, and just to warn other people, like, you know what I mean, they're only going to send you 1 bag, even though the ad clearly states 2. And for whatever reason, Amazon didn't approve my comment. So like, and I didn't swear in it, you know, I just said, just waste of time. These guys say clearly in the ad twice that they will send you 2 bags and they only ship 1, which makes it a lot more expensive than just buying from the local store. So ultimately my review never went up, and that's where we're at. Now, the funny part of the story is that this is only 1 bag in the damn tank anyway. I didn't need the 2nd bag. Like, the 1 bag covers nicely. So I've got it. Oh, my clam was all like on attack mode there. Tried to kill somebody. Yep. Something sexual about that little clam. Anyway, so everything is doing okay. I know the coloration on this video is not the greatest, but sorry about that. You can look around. I got a couple of feather dusters. So there's a feather duster up in the back in there, and it's chilling all good. Everything's good with it. And then this one was supposed to go in my upstairs tank, but what happened was I sat them in here for a couple days, and then I came to grab it. I was like, oh, all right, I'm gonna go grab that and put it in the upstairs tank. Went to grab it, and I actually pulled the sleeve off of it. And they're actually like a worm, like call it a feather duster. I think it's a cocoa worm or something. But anyway, so I pulled it out and I was like, oh my God, I just killed this thing or something. I was really worried because I didn't know if they could live in or out of there. And there's all these little spines actually when you pull it out. Like, the thing's got little spines. You can't see them right now, I don't think. But anyway, they are there. Here, I'm going to try to see if you can. Yeah, I think you can see anyway. But luckily for me, and luckily for him too, I guess, they do actually regrow their little shell things, so that's good anyway. And a lot of little corals hidden around here and there. I know, going from my 200 gallon, if you haven't seen it, by the way, it was really nice. I miss it. This is obviously nowhere near the same caliber of that, but just a matter of time. And there's corals down in the back and everything. Got some new Duncans in there. Once I get rid of the Aptasia, things will that'll probably be nice, because I don't really like the look of it. Down here, just so you can see, I am still rocking the $70 Amazon skimmer, and I have 0 complaints with that. It's still skimming away. I just emptied it out like 2 days ago. So it is still doing its thing. I put a review video up on that. So if you're looking for a cheap skimmer, like, this is only a 44 gallon aquarium, so it's you know, you wouldn't want to use it on a huge one, but anyway, no issues with that. And that's where we are. Kind of a crappy update. I know it's not that exciting, but I just figured it was a nice day in the neighborhood to look at a clam. So, well, and make up a video. I like these A-cans. Basically, the couple of things I bought on like Boxing Day sales. So I think the clam was like with the sale pricing like 70 or 80 bucks. These were like 40. Galaxia was 10 bucks. The big frog spawn, the one that's got the issues there where it's half dead, that was I think like 50 bucks. So that's a shame. I hope it bounces back. I was gonna coral dip it. That's what I was kind of thinking maybe, but I don't know if that would even help. Feather dusters were like 15 bucks each. And I think that's pretty well it. Everything else was already in here. So that'll wrap it up. I love these clowns. They are really cool Wyoming clownfish. They're pretty chill. They have started biting now when my hands are in the tank. Like not like it hurts or anything like that, but getting a little territorial. They never use the anemones. Not at all, so they have zero interest in those. So I kind of wish to get the anemones out since they're not going to use them anyway, because I know that they're messing with my little gold torch up there, but it's okay. Picked up a bunch of little hermit crabs. They were on sale for like $1 a piece, so threw in like a dozen of those. And that's pretty much going to wrap up the video, guys. I do appreciate you watching, and I will do another update once there's a little more to show in here. See you next time.